This is my 14th lecture. I have finished first chapter of biology, that was chapter 6 in your NCERT book. Today I am going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 7 in your NCERT. That is control and coordination. I am Dr. S.A. Huck and my mobile number is 94312 69741. Control and coordination. Control is performed by nervous system and coordination is performed by muscular system. Both the system together control and coordinate the different types of movements in our body. In our body, there are two different types of movement. As we know that one is voluntary movement, जो हमारी इच्छा के अनुरूप होता है, जैसे हाथ उठाना. Suppose I am moving, it is voluntary action. It is voluntary movement. And some movements are involuntary, which is not under the control of our will. हमारी चाहत के अनुसार वो काम नहीं करते हैं. Those are involuntary movement, like peristaltic movement, which we have already discussed in previous chapter, like in life processes. In previous chapter, we looked at life processes involved in the maintenance functions in living organisms. There we had started a notion that if we see something moving, it is alive. Some of these movements are in fact the result of growth. Here, today I am going to discuss about two types of movement. One is growth dependent movement, another is growth independent movement. एक वैसा मूवमेंट जो ग्रोथ पर निर्भर करता है, एक वैसा मूवमेंट जो ग्रोथ पर निर्भर नहीं करता है. As in plants, a seed germinates and grows, and we can see that the seedling means baby plant moves over the course of a few days. कुछ दिनों में मूव कर जाता है. You have put a seed inside soil. What happens? It germinates and it grows. A stem will grow upward and root will grow downward. This type of movement is termed as growth dependent movement. But if its growth were to be stopped, suppose the plant is moving towards in this direction and you cut the plant from this region, what will happen? Can this plant will further grow? No. We can prevent its growth, but if its growth were to be stopped, this movement would not be happen. Some movements, as in many animals and some plants, are not connected with growth. There are some movements also that are not connected to the growth. For example, a cat running, बिल्ली दौड़ रही है. Children playing on the swing, बच्चे झूले झूल रहे हैं. Buffaloes chewing cud, वो जो भैंस अपने खाना को फिर निकाल करके चबा चबा के खाती है, च्यू करके खाती है, उसे कड कहते हैं. Buffalo chewing cud. These are not growth dependent movement. These are growth independent movement. No growth is related with these movements. Why do we associate such visible movements with life? Here a question is arising, why we associate such type of movement with life? कि अगर movement हो रहा है तो वो living thing है. A possible answer is that we think of movement as a response to change in the environment. Movement तभी होगा जब environment में change होगा. The cat may be running because it has seen a mouse. बिल्ली दौड़ रही है, लेकिन क्यों दौड़ रही है? कोई तो चेंज है एनवायरमेंट में. Because it has seen a mouse. उसने चूहा देखा, उसके पीछे दौड़ रही है उसको खाने के लिए. Once I was going to school on my scooty. What happens? Suddenly, all of a sudden, rain started. बारिश शुरू हो गई. Pupils were running. जिसको जहां जगह मिल रही थी वो छिपते चले गए. The road becomes vacant. The movement of people was due to rain. That was the change in the environment. Children try to get pleasure and fun when they are swinging. बच्चे जब झूला झूलते हैं उनको मजा आता है, इसलिए झूलते हैं. Buffalo chew cuts to help break off tough food. कड़े फूड को काटने के लिए, so as to be digested better. And when bright light is focused on our eyes, अगर आंख पे कोई टॉर्च मार दे, अंधेरे में हम खड़े हैं, आंख पे टॉर्च मार दे, और when we touch a hot object, आंख पे लाइट मारेगा, बट ऑटोमेटिक आंख बंद हो जाएगी. हॉट रॉड को गलती से टच करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे? टच किए रहेंगे? नहीं, टच करेंगे तो हटा लेंगे. We detect the change and respond to it. ये हाथ हटाना क्या हुआ? रिस्पॉन्स हुआ. Respond to it with movement in order to protect ourselves. क्यों ये मूवमेंट हुआ? To protect ourselves. If we think a bit more about this, it becomes apparent. अगर थोड़ा और सोचेंगे तो यह साफ हो जाएगा that all these movements in response to the environment is carefully controlled. Each kind of a change in the environment evokes, उत्पन्न करता है, an appropriate movement in response. Each type of events in environment evokes an appropriate response. क्लास में क्या होता है? क्लास टीचर आते हैं, अटेंडेंस कॉल करते हैं, रोल नंबर 13 जैसे बोलते हैं तो रोल 13 वाला अलर्ट रहता है, बोलता है यस सर, प्रेजेंट सर. Therefore, such controlled movement must be connected to the recognition of various events in the environment, followed by only the correct movement in response. In other words, living organisms must use systems. Living organisms systems use करते हैं, providing control and coordination. In keeping with the general principle of body organizations in multicellular organisms, specialized tissues are used to provide control and coordination. What are these specialized tissues? There are two specialized tissues. One is nervous tissue and second is muscular tissue. These tissues organized to conduct control and coordination. And in animals, such control and coordination are possible by nervous and muscular tissue. touching a hot object is an urgent and dangerous situation for us. ये हॉट रॉड है, गर्म लोहा, इसको टच करना ये अर्जेंट भी है और ये डेंजरस भी है। अर्जेंट इसलिए क्योंकि इमीडिएट हमको हाथ रिमूव करना है, डेंजरस इसलिए if we will not remove our hand, if we will not pull our hand, what will happen? It will get burnt. ये जल चुका रहेगा, जल जाएगा। We need to detect. After detecting it, we respond to it. When we touch a hot object, we detect it. जैसे ही टच किया डिटेक्ट हुआ and responded. जैसा सिचुएशन है उसी हिसाब से रिस्पॉन्स होता है। When we purchasing a cloth in a shop, we touch the cloth. We feel its quality. We feel its quality. All information from our environment is detected by the specialized tips of nerve cells. These receptors are usually located in our sense organs. The receptor cells are present in our sense organs such as the inner ear, the nose, the tongue, and so on. कान से हम साउंड को सुनते हैं इनर ईयर से। पटाखे का साउंड है कि किसी ने बहुत बड़ा बम पटक दिया है, उसका साउंड है। चिड़ियों की चहचहाहट है, कि बार्किंग ऑफ डॉग है, वो सब कान से पता चलता है। फूड के बारे में टंग से पता चलता है, टेस्ट। और अगरबत्ती यानी इंसेंस स्टिक का स्मेल अच्छा है कि खराब है, गुड स्मेल है कि बैड स्मेल है, नाक के पास रिसेप्टर सेल्स होते हैं। These receptor cells are usually located in our sense organs such as the inner ears, the nose, the tongue, and so on. So the gustatory receptors will detect taste and olfactory receptors will detect a smell. Gustatory receptors. It will detect taste. Olfactory receptors. It will detect a smell. In next class, we will study about the nerve cell, that is also known as neuron. It is the unit of nervous tissue.